Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Science Today. So, today we're going to be talking about something a little different. We're going to talk about matter.
What's that?
And I bet you're wondering, what does matter mean?
Uh-huh.
And what does it matter? Well, I'll tell you.
Why it matters.
So, matter is all around us. It's what everything is made out of. But everything is made out of different things. And matter comes in three different ways. It comes in a solid, a liquid, or a gas. So there's so many things to choose from in the world to think about. But if we just take something that we know we use all the time, like water, when we drink it, it's in a liquid state, right? And it looks like this. Water in solid form is an ice cube. And water in a gas is steam. Do you remember a few weeks ago when we were talking about oxygen and carbon dioxide between trees and plants and people and how we exchange those gases? Well, that's just it too. They're gases. And we go like this.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Oxygen that we breathe in is a gas, and then the carbon dioxide that we let out is also a gas. So, did you know that there's something special that can happen though?
What happened?
Carbon dioxide that we breathe out, when it's in that gas form, there's also special ways to catch all of the carbon dioxide and make it from a gas into a solid. You know what that's called? Dry ice. This weekend, I got a surprise package in the mail from one of my friends, and guess what was inside the package? Ice cream. Can you believe it? But what do you think happens to ice cream if you send it in the mail? That's right, it probably melts. So a special thing that you can do to make sure it doesn't melt is to put dry ice with it. Because dry ice, oh, I'm getting cold thinking about it. Dry ice can get under 100 degrees below zero. That is so cold. If it snows at around 32 degrees, you have to go really far down below zero. So dry ice does a very good job about keeping things cold. So I got some dry ice in the mail and I thought I've got to do an experiment with it. So let's go experiment with the dry ice.
So here's the dry ice in the bowl, and I'm going to add some hot water to it. Let's see what happens. Look at that. So the dry ice is so cold that the difference between the temperature from the hot water and how cold the dry ice is, it's starting to turn into a gas. Because it was a solid, and now I'm adding hot liquid to it. And look at that. It's starting to turn back into a gas, into carbon dioxide. Now I'm going to add a little bit more dry ice. You can see the water is still. Let's see what happens. Whoop, look at that, turning into a gas so fast. Because the difference in the temperature is so big, right? And here's a string I have. I was trying to do an experiment where you put soap all over the string and then it's supposed to make a big bubble, but I didn't have the right string, so it's not working in the way I wanted to. But look at that. What a beautiful effect. It's still kind of spilling over like a cloud. And this dish has a little bit of soap in it, and look what happens when I get it in there. You see those bubbles? So I put a flower in there because I thought that it might freeze, but I didn't do it the right way, and that's also okay. But it does crumble a little bit. Now I'm going to make a bubble machine. So to do this, I need to poke a hole in a bottle very carefully. Again, if you're going to do this, you should definitely have an adult helping you. So I poked the hole, and now I'm putting a straw in the bottle. And I got some tape because you want to seal up the holes around it so then there's no air between the straw and the bottle happening. So it's sealed up. Now I'm going to crush up the ice so it's small enough to put in there. I'm adding halfway full of hot water. And now here comes the dry ice. Oop, watch out for your face. Whoosh. So it's filled up with dry ice, and now I'm going to put the cap on. And once the cap is on, I'm trying to put in some soap right now on the end of the straw, because that helps make bubbles. Oh, there's one. It looks like our bubble machine ran out of fuel. Looks like I might have to put in some more dry ice. Think it's gonna go according to plan? Let's see. Whoa! Look at that bubble machine go! So right now in the bottle, you can see the bubbles are coming out everywhere because the tape didn't hold all of the air holes. So it's leaking out of the bottle, but it's okay because it's still pretty cool, isn't it? Definitely works. Let's see if I can catch one. Got it. Can you see the smoke in there, the carbon dioxide? So now there's just a little bit left. I'm putting some hot water so you can see it. And there's some soap in there too. So it's soap, dry ice, and hot water. Look at those bubbles. The soap helps make a bubble so it can temporarily hold in the carbon dioxide as it turns into a gas. But of course bubbles don't last forever, so they pop and then the gas goes into the air.
Wasn't that incredible? I've never ever used dry ice before. I was so happy to get a chance to do that in the kitchen. Very, very fun. So just one thing to remember though, is if you ever have dry ice, you have to be with an adult or someone that knows what they're doing, because if you touch it without really strong gloves, it can really hurt your skin and it's not very safe. But it is very cool and really interesting, so I'm very happy I got to share it with you today. So share with me something that you learned, maybe a question that you have, or something that you want to tell me that you noticed. Thanks so much for joining me. That was so much fun.